Paramount, the Ante, as Netflix faces legal heat. Well, once again, here we are at Cosmic Book News. Paramount and Netflix are still battling over Warner Brothers Discovery, and the price talk is getting louder. New reports say Paramount could raise its offer as high as $33 per share to try and force Netflix to either top it or walk away. The latest chatter is that Paramount may need to move beyond the low 30s to win, with $33 getting floated as the kind of number that could change the leverage and make WBD shareholders think twice. They probably already are. But anyway, that doesn't mean $33 is locked in. It means Paramount may feel it has to show a bigger number if it wants to stop Netflix from controlling the tempo of the negotiations. WBD has signaled it expects a stronger offer than what was initially on the table, and it gave Paramount a short window to come back with something better. Even though their offer is better, it just is comparable to, in comparison to Netflix. But anyway, the key point, WBD wants the highest value fast and is using deadlines to squeeze bidders, which ends tonight for Paramount. Oh, well, I guess it's already, but maybe we'll hear soon. By the time I put this out there, it'll be old news and useless. Damn it. Well, I'm going to do it anyway. While the Paramount versus Netflix fight over WBD plays out, Netflix got hit with a political firestorm tied to board member Susan Rice. The flashpoint was a recent podcast appearance where Rice warned that companies that take a knee to Trump could face an accountability agenda down the line. So you're already making the accusation at the same time claiming that's exactly what I'll do when I'm back in charge. Yeah, great going, Miss Black Hawk Down. That clip got circulated and Trump used it to attack Netflix and demand she be removed from the board. Ted Sarandos responded by trying to shut the whole angle down, saying Rice's board appointment isn't political. Come on! And that the WBD push is a business deal, not a political one. I mean, that's why you want WBD, sure. But come on. Yes, she's there for politics. I mean, come on. But the timing is the problem for Netflix. This controversy landed right in the middle of a high stakes acquisition fight that already has regulators watching every move. So there's Laura Loomer got the clip of stupid Susan. And I mean, her record is terrible. Yeah, Black Hawk Down. She's one of the idiots behind it. It's a long story, but anyway. Even if it's just noise, it's the kind of noise that can spook investors and complicate a negotiation. Paramount is trying to raise its bid and look like the cleaner path. Netflix is trying to keep the spotlight on price and strategy, not politics. Yeah, you'll find that out later. So anyway, if Paramount bumps the offer, Netflix has to decide whether it matches, tops it, or steps back. The next move likely comes down to money, timelines, and which buyer looks like the safer bet under regulators. Well, so far, that still appears to be Paramount. Now, the one thing Netflix has got going for it, and it's also to its detriment as far as antitrust goes, is that it's the number one streaming service. Now, licensing out your property to Netflix seems to be the better avenue rather than saying, hey, come to my streaming service to watch my stuff. And even with a promise to continue to pursue a theatrical release, it's still in decline due to the market. I mean, if people have grown out of the habit and are just like, I'll just wait for it on streaming, that's already built in. And so that continues the decline. So ultimately, even if you want it in theaters, it might not be much of an option for you anymore. And then it's streaming or nothing. And then there's still all kinds of problems for that down the road as far as how much profitability you can achieve with that. But nevertheless, you're stuck with, oh, well, we'll license it to Netflix. After all this, Paramount, hey, Netflix, you know. But then again, when it comes down to that, you still have antitrust overall, regardless of whether Netflix wins this or not. Down the road, it's like if Netflix remains the only place to go, then oh boy, it's going to have to be broke up into net streaming and flick streaming, something like that, you know. So, yeah, you know, of all the times to drop a turd on the floor, here comes Susan. Ain't that great? Don't care about consoles. So there we go. Well, the war, the WBD war continues. Who wins? Stay tuned, you know, because it ain't over. It's not over. And a lot of this going forward is that to where Warner Brothers was pushed into the position of asking Paramount, well, we want to see a better deal. Before it was, nope, doors shut. We decided it's Netflix. So that means the strategy of Paramount for the hostile takeover is that their shareholders beyond the board, they're like, this, according to my calculator, Paramount's got a better deal, you know. So that's starting to make noise. So now they got to look at it. So you see, they managed to crack the door back open. So that's interesting there. But going forward, oh boy, Netflix doesn't have a lot of allies there when it comes to the regulatory fight, because that's another thing. It's odds are there's going to be a regulatory bunch of hoops and hurdles to get through, but more than likely it would drag on much longer for Netflix than Paramount. So that's also another quiver or arrow in the quiver, however that goes, in the Paramount arsenal. So there it is. So again, stay tuned.